So I've been talking about these collector boxes and the three different eras of them. So starting with Throne of Eldraine, moving towards Commander Legends, and then from Kaldheim to March of the Machines, and then from Lord of the Rings all the way to now. And what does I asked about what does the future bring, but I want to know specifically what happens in December, because in December probably going to hit a new Bitcoin high, and then somewhere up to a month after that will be an altcoin surge. People will take their winnings. Other people will leave it in stupidly, and then they will watch their value erode as we go into another cycle, waiting for a halvening event for cryptocurrency, for Bitcoin specifically. And I don't know what the value of Bitcoin will be, but I just know it'll be more than whatever the peak was recently, or I don't know. Anyway, the point is that people will start taking their winnings probably around the time. There'll be an exuberance, as there usually is every 4 years, every December. This happens with cryptocurrency, and in this 4-year cycle, then they put their winnings often into collectibles. They put it in other places too, but it's noticed in collectibles, and so there'll be collector boxes to buy. There'll be collector boxes to put value into. Singles as well, maybe draft boxes, maybe other things, but for the most part, Pokemon and Magic, they'll put it into booster boxes for Pokemon, they'll put it into collector boxes for Magic. And if you take all these Magic boxes and extrapolate where they are now and where they've moved in the past, where do you think they'll be at in December? Will Lord of the Rings special Christmas edition be 3,000 US a box, or will it be still 1,700, 1,800? I don't know. Will any of the boxes go over $2,000 US a box? I think that's quite possible. At least I think the Christmas edition will be over $2,000. That's my suspicion. I'm not in any way a financial analyst. This is just a gut feeling. So, will other ones breach the $1,000? There's Fallout, which I guess I missed talking about in all these other videos that I was talking about, these collector boxes. It's easy to forget Fallout because there was so little of it when it came out, and that is one of the reasons. I don't think Assassin's Creed will get there. What are some of the other ones that are like Foundations, maybe? Tarkir, Bloomborough. I don't know about Kamigawa. What else? What else is, if you can think of other ones that may breach $1,000 in the next, 6 months till December? June, July, August, September, October, November? Yeah, it's a bit more than 6 months. So, do you think there's going to be anything that goes over $1,000? Do you think there's anything that's going to go over $2,000? But let's take a look. Throne of Eldraine, it might approach $1,000. Then you have was it the Theros and Ikoria? I can't remember which came out first, but Theros, no, over 1,000. Ikoria, maybe. Double Masters, I think it already is for the single packs of 30 cards. And then was it Zendikar? Zendikar, I don't think it'll get over 1,000, but it might get up to 700. I don't know. Commander Legends, I think it's pretty close to there, and I think it will. Will it breach 2,000? Possibly, but I don't. The etched foils aren't very good because it was their first etched foiling attempt, and they kind of covered the entire card in etched foil instead of using it as a embellishment. So I don't like the way that the cards look. They're a little bit washed out because of that. And then Kaldheim. No, Kaldheim hasn't been doing well the entire time. It's just kind of been flat. Same thing with Strixhaven. And then was it Dungeons & Dragons? That's been going up lately, but again, probably not over 500 a box. Double Masters 2, probably. I mean, isn't it already? I don't know if it's already over 500, but it might approach 1,000. And then what came after Double Masters 2? I think it was probably Crimson Vow Midnight Hunt, they're probably not going to even get over 300, maybe 350, possibly 400. I doubt it. Am I missing anything in there? Probably. Let me know. Then was it Brothers War and March of the Machine and Dominaria? They're all kind of, flatlined and not that exciting today. So I don't know. They'll be under 500, maybe approaching 400 for the collector boxes. I don't know. Maybe Dominaria already was because it starts off more expensive. And then, so now we're going into the new era with the original Lord of the Rings boxes. Those are definitely going to be over $1,000, I think. And the special holiday edition, I think, over 2,000. Then you have Wilds of Eldraine, which is, I think, performing better than Throne of Eldraine. And so I think it's going to be over 500, if it's not already. And approaching 1,000, I don't think it's going to breach it. Same thing with Ixalan. I think it'll do slightly better than Wilds of Eldraine. And then Ravnica Remastered collector boosters, probably 1,000. Then Karlov Manor, maybe 300 to 400. I don't know. Unless people suddenly realize what they missed out on, which I don't know if they missed out on much, but the point is that there isn't that much of it out there anymore, and people kind of skipped over, but maybe there's stuff in there that people could use. So then after Karlov, we had, it was Outlaws of Thunder Junction. I think that'll be a 500, not 1,000, no, maybe 750 tops. Bloomburrow, probably over 1,000. Let's see what Bloomburrow. Duskmorn. Better than Outlaws of Thunder Junction, but probably under 1,000. Maybe over 1,000. Foundations, probably over 1,000. What else? Innistrad Remastered, maybe over 1,000, probably 800 to 900. Then, Aether Drift, 400 to 500. And I'm saying that because it's even more severely underprinted than anything that comes before it, because they were slowing down the production. As you can see with the next one, Tarkir, which will probably be over 1,000, maybe 1,500 for Tarkir. And then Final Fantasy. Will that be $3,000? Will that beat the special holiday edition of Lord of the Rings? And if there's a special holiday edition of Final Fantasy, will that beat it? I don't know. I think that people will think it's going to be like special holiday edition Lord of the Rings if there's a special edition Final Fantasy. And I don't think it'll perform the same way. So no, I think Final Fantasy will probably be, if not special Lord of the Rings edition, it'll be Final Fantasy that'll be the highest. Anyway, those are my predictions for the prices in December of 2025, about 6-7 months from now, for the collector booster boxes. I think I got them all. I may have missed one or two. Let me know what you think and if I'm crazy, because people probably shouldn't make predictions on the internet because they're easy to disprove if you just wait. So just wait it out and let me know how wrong I am. Have a good day.